Great. So, yeah, one more time before we get started, guys. The ACLU protects civil liberties for all Americans, and I mean that they have protected civil liberties for far-left groups and civil liberties for far-right groups. I mean they've protected the right of, like, the KKK to march. They protect your civil liberties no matter what your view is. They are about the Constitution, and there's the link in your show notes. And most important, no matter what you think, they are a group that is focusing on helping you out with keeping your civil liberties protected correctly. Also, if you haven't registered to vote yet, here's the information on how to do it for those of you over on YouTube. Those of you guys over on the Trovo side, let me see if I can link those two things in there. Boom, there's your how to vote, and there's how to contact your congressperson. And here is the link for the ACLU. And in case you guys are curious, by the way, yeah, I'm saying Black Lives Matter. I'm saying that specifically. It needs to be said right now. Whether you think other things are important as well, people might say all lives matter, but if your house is burning down and my house is fine, and you say my house is on fire, I don't say, well, but my house could be on fire too, right? Right now it's important to say Black Lives Matter to show solidarity with the idea that if injustice for one is a threat to justice for all. So if you don't believe that, peace. Otherwise, we're going to be here. Let's get some best of 5 going. Let's jump into our match. Guys, we're going to be going ahead with our fight today. A little bit different here. It's going to be Carter versus Oh Yeah. Each gets 2 bans. They ban 1 troop and 1 building or spell. That's what our situation is going to be today. Let's go ahead and jump into game number 1. Each bans 1 troop and 1 spell. They both chose to ban Miner. Oh Yeah banned Tornado. And his opponent, Carter, ended up banning the Bomb Tower. So we'll see what this means for our meta. I'm going to be experimenting with different types of ban systems, no matter what. I'm going to be doing some different things. This is the first one. Then we'll be doing some other ban systems in the future. But this one I thought, well, I want to see, with almost 100 cards in the game, what are some different ways to... no newspaper. I'm going to keep politics right in CR. If you don't like it, get off my channel. But I'm going to use my platform to spread good. And if you're against protecting civil liberties, if you're for cops who violate the actual law, not cops who were decided, who defended themselves, but cops who are found guilty of breaking the law, being protected by the law, you don't need to be here. But I'm going to use my platform to spread good. So if you don't like it, I don't need your support, because guess what? My money's fine, son. Let's get back to the game. Oh Yeah versus Carter. So here's the idea today. We are going to be experimenting with different types of bans. The first one today is double ban for both players, but you can't choose the same kind of thing. So you get to choose 1 troop and 1 spell or building to ban. That's what's happening with today's bans. The next one I'm going to try out is each player gets 3 bans, but it's a draft back and forth, kind of League of Legends style. So today, the only troop ban was Miner because they both banned Miner. And then, oh yeah, he chose a spell to ban, which was Tornado. And Carter chose the Bomb Tower to ban on his side. So very curious to see how this affects the meta. Obviously, we're seeing some fairly solid central meta decks. Carter going with Lava Loon, and Oh Yeah going with Goblin Giant Sparky. So, you know, some people are concerned that... nice straw man there. What's the straw man? Newspaper? What's the straw? I don't even know what the straw man argument is in this case. You explain it to me. Dude, I'll happily defend every belief I have on this thing. And if that detracts from the games, that's fine, because what this is about today is playing some Clash Royale, and yeah, I've decided to use my platform to try to support good causes and to speak out as opposed to stay silent. So if you want to explain to me how being for protecting civil liberties is bad, then sure, bring it on. Man, I'm on one today, and I'll go. I'm not the one to try to threaten with, like, keep your politics out of it. So here we go. First 2 minutes away. Pretty close so far. Goblin Giant Sparky for Oh Yeah. Lava Loon for Carter. Balloon's going to connect on the right-hand side for 1 shot. So no NATO, no bomb tower. Bomb tower is solid against Lava Loon, or against Balloon in particular. Of course, NATO has its own value, but you can see one of the concerns about bans is the possibility that a ban would disrupt the meta and give you truly non-meta decks, right? That stuff that doesn't work is not playable. But look at this. Look at this right here. The decks that we're seeing are still central meta decks that you would play. Bans don't necessarily, in my opinion, bans don't create a false meta. Instead, they reduce randomness of matchup. So here you go. You see two decks that make sense, two decks that are still decks that you would play on ladder, that you would play in your own thing. And instead, what we're seeing is just that they're making those choices from this standpoint rather than from a completely blind choosing just what do I think he might play standpoint. And, look, I'm going overworld with bans. I think that with almost 100 cards in the game, we're going to get there within 2020. I think that double bans actually make sense, but I like this. So, again, this isn't just double bans. This is each player bans one troop and one spell or building. So you can't have, like, 4 spells banned or 4 troops banned. Like, you can't just go, like, you know what, I'm going to ban all these pieces. I think this is really interesting. People saying it looks like I blow dried my hair. Nah, dude, this is actually, I didn't even actually do anything. Don't worry, Hunter Rogers. You'll hear my view a lot today over on the Mad Cat chat. This is not a day for silence. And guys, there will be, ooh, that almost connected, but doesn't matter anyway. Carter takes the first game very, very close. There you have it, game number 1 for Carter. Let me go ahead and throw myself back out here for a second. And let me go ahead and do the scoring. Bam, bam. All I got to do is worry about the scores. Great. Score is in. And we're going to get to game number 2 here in just a moment. Guys, the $100 not Mad Cat anymore, the $100 open on Trovo now is going to be directly after this, so those of you on YouTube can go over there. I'm not supporting any specific team. Let's see. Yeah, Mad Cat or Trovo now, whatever it is. Trovo, I will engage with the chat entirely on Trovo once we switch to just the Trovo side. But for now, I'm going to interact with the YouTube a little bit, but I'll be with you guys on Trovo only for about 2.5 hours. Let's go ahead and jump into game number 2. Yeah, I'm angry. Yeah, if you guys are curious, I'm angry today. I'm angry about the idea, and not even, again, I'll say it again unequivocally, Black Lives Matter. And this is not something I'm doing new. I'm 36 years old. I've been around for a minute. You can check my receipts. I'll say it unequivocally, Black Lives Matter. Here's what I'm angry about. I'm angry about the idea that we accept that the government has the right to decide whether we live or die. Right? And I'll put this out there right now. I'm 100% unequivocally throughout my entire life against the death penalty. I'm consistent on this. I don't think that any part of the government should decide that your life should no longer exist. And that includes situations like we saw with George Floyd. That includes situations like we saw. Oh, hold on. I thought for a second there we were gonna get be popped with Tamir Rice, right? I'm too ADD for all this, man. I'm too ADD to be like fired up and trying to cast Clash Royale at the same time. I believe that we need to change the way we view policing in this country. I don't believe that police are inherently evil, or that every cop is a racist, or that every white person is a racist. Guess what? I'm a white person. What I do believe is that right now we have a system that makes it dangerous for citizens, no matter what your color, but particularly for black people, to interact with the police. And we don't have that same danger in the rest of the world. It's not the case all over the place. It's not the case all over the place. We have an unusually large amount of death for interacting with police across all races. It's insane. We need to adjust that in some way. We need to change that in some way. And you can do that. You can change that. Here you go. Support the American Civil Liberties Union. For those of you on YouTube, don't worry, Trovo. You will get all these links later. Don't you worry about it. Go ahead and vote. Tell your congressperson that you want to support the elimination of qualified immunity that protects police officers even when they have been found to be violating the law from civil rights lawsuits. Get in there. Get involved. And if you're saying, hey, Rich, stick to Clash Royale, nah, son, this is my channel. Pound sand. So, oh yeah, going Prince bait. This is so weird to be switching back from stuff, for back and forth, but this is the world we live in, too. I'm going to talk about some Clash Royale, and I'm going to talk about some social justice. I'm not going to pretend not to be who I am, just for more viewers. Graveyard left-hand side. Princess going pretty ham on the right-hand side. Here we go, sudden death overtime, still pretty even. Oh yeah, by the way, is competing. I think actually both these guys are competing in No Tilt League right now. I believe, I don't remember what team each guy is on. Oh yeah, formerly of Immortals, and Carter, as you can see, formerly of Tribe. Before that, Energy. I need to get some better images of these guys. Carter, good reads with the barrels so far. On LA Esports, there you go. Wally, why don't we also cast No Tilt League? Because we're busy, and yeah, mostly because we're busy. So, oh yeah, putting the pressure on and getting in the rocket cycle range. You can see a lot of Prince today with that big Prince buff. I don't know what you guys think. I don't think the Prince buff was necessary. I don't think the Prince buff was necessary, but to each his own, I guess. Of course, I generally dislike Prince, so there you go. Take it as you will. Graveyard keeping the pressure on that left-hand side and forcing the logs out on that side and keeping Oh Yeah from Rocket Cycle. Right? And Oh Yeah needs to get, he wants to get one more log on there so he can get that last rocket in, but oh, here he goes. Gets the Goblin Gang down on the Graveyard. There comes the log. Here we go. Oh Yeah, gonna even things up at 1-1. $100 open tournament directly after this one. Let me go ahead and change that scoreboard. Boom. There we go. All right, we'll jump into the next one here in just a moment. GG, well played. Yeah, so talking about bans here. Let's talk about Clash Royale for a minute. Big Al, I didn't switch from Mad Cat to Trovo. Mad Cat is Trovo. Mad Cat rebranded as Trovo. Loki, I don't know what's going on. I see you're typing fine over on Trovo side. Mad Cat changed their name to Trovo. That's it. It's just a rebrand. Mad Cat was their like in beta name, and now they're moving towards their soft launch. Trovo is the official name now for the same thing. Oh yeah, if you guys want to peep the shirt, guess how would return on June 28th? 25. Boom. From the Battle of Tour back in 1999. A big part of my activism is inspired by a lot of the music I love. Rage Against the Machine, Run the Jewels, etc., etc. Let's go ahead and jump on in. Yeah, I don't love the idea of like buffing, like attaching a buff to a season. Yeah, it's called Trovo. Rich Slaton's beard on Trovo says, yeah, I have to get used to. I use Trovo. Yeah, this is an old school shirt. This shirt's 21 years old now. So bans are Bomb Tower and NATO, and I was wondering how long we would see Royal Hogs with a Bomb Tower ban. And Carter running Poison rather than Fireball, so good news so far for Oh Yeah. And looking like he's not running 3M with the Barbarians. So the tournament that's following right after this, guys, which you can see a little scroll on the right-hand side, it's every single week. It's completely open. It'll be an in-game tournament. I will post the name of the tournament and password over on Trovo once the YouTube stream is over after this best of 5. And by the way, for those of you who are like, Rich, you're on one side, or too bad, like whatever, the death of David Dorn, the former police, the retired police officer outside of St. Louis is also a huge tragedy. As people were trying to loot and steal TVs, he was shot and killed. So if you think I'm inconsistent with the fact that I think life needs to be protected, all across the board, protect life. And the best thing you can do to do that is to take the system we currently have and make it less volatile. So there'll be more information about that all day today. The tournament will be directly after this. The details are on the right-hand side of your screen. It's a 1,000-person tournament, 1 hour long, maximum 3 losses. The top 8 from that tournament will make a bracket. The winner of that bracket will get $100. What brand is the hat over my right shoulder? Oh, that I'll show it to you in a minute. That's the World Cyber Games hat that we got from our tournament that we went to China last summer. And again, people on Trovo, I will definitely be engaging with the chat more and in depth once we are in the Trovo portion of the stream. But I'm going to give YouTube their love while they're here and while they're watching. And then as soon as this best of 5 is over, it'll be all Trovo for 2.5 hours. Talking about people's fantasy teams. So I haven't done my fantasy lineup yet. I would strongly suggest, in my opinion, against picking players who are 1v1 players that you don't know will be in 1v1. Right? So, for example, people in the YouTube chat right now talking about putting Lapacati in. And as much as I love Lapacati, and I think he's phenomenal, you don't know whether he will play 1v1 or whether Samuel Basoto will play 1v1. Unless you have some sort of inside information, that's going to be tower down, left-hand side. I wouldn't put Lapo because you don't know if he's actually going to play. If AC and RF go 2-0 and then Basoto is in the 1v1, then you are physically, then you just don't even have any plane whatsoever. So there we go. Boom. Let me go ahead and adjust that. Jordan Lee, I think that's an excellent goal to get to. The reality is we're not there yet. So as long as we aren't there yet, we need to acknowledge what our society does. And the way to get to you're turning 11, you're a gymnast, Zoe, good on you. Very good on you. Cheesecake. Yeah, I might actually, cheesecake, that might be a thing today. So hit me up for sure. 2-1 for Carter. Good win. The way we can get to a place where the construction, the idea of race can disappear is by dealing with what's in front of us for now. We have to deal with what's in front of us before we can get to that point. So it's a long journey, and people forget. People keep this in mind. The grandchildren, the daughter of a slave died, what was it, 5 years ago, 7 years? It's 2020 now. Like the actual, the daughter of a slave was still alive within the last decade. That's insanity. The grandchildren of slaves are still alive. That legacy still exists. I'm not saying that we're the same as we were then. Certainly, right, what we got going on right now is better. But the legacy exists, and we have to contend with that before we can get to the next, what's next. Yeah, I don't know, Loki, what's going on with your chat stuff. Yeah, in general, guys, when it comes to fantasy, man, this conversation will be all over the place today. In general, with fantasy, I usually pick a 2v2 player or a 1v1 player who, like, there's no way someone else is going to play, right? So, if you know someone is going to play in one of those first 2 sets, you got him. But, like, Surgical Goblin's a great player. I'm not going to pick him in fantasy because I don't know if he or Igor... I'm also not going to pick Igor, by the way. I'm going to pick neither of those 2 guys in fantasy because I don't know if they'll play. Do I think it's smart to double up on 1-2v2 team? The only reason I don't, Liam, is because then you're undercutting your chances in King of the Hill, right? That's my only reason why I don't like it. How can I get an invitation to try Trovo on iPhone? If you're on browser, there should be a link to grab it up in the top corner. So it's Golem for Carter. Golem Night Witch with Poison. And a nice read for him. That Poison going to make this Graveyard matchup very different. Oh, yeah. Running this one, I don't know if he's running it with arrows. The Snowball makes me feel like he's not, but maybe he's running it with arrows. But Giant Graveyard, very popular lately. Oh, there it is. There's the arrows. Boom. This particular Giant Graveyard Arrows deck has been around a lot. We've actually seen it in CRL a bunch. Don't take Ruben doesn't play this week. Ruben's not going to play this week. Really? That seems shocking. Graveyard in right-hand side. Poison not available, but instead stacking up troops. Does Carter maybe a better choice? Carter stacking up troops. Can he get a golem down in front of this? He's not going. Ooh, he does barely know the Night Witch sneaks right in front. Would have loved that Night Witch to stay behind, but the Baby Dragon is taking for the Night Witch for now. And now going all in, throwing the poison offensively here. I don't know if I like that move, because there's going to be a counter push coming that's moderately well supported with the Musketeer behind. I mean, maybe he got some good chip damage, but now Poison not in cycle has to troop defend one more time. And not getting the Musketeer. That's a good point there, T.O. Reed. That's a very good point. And now, not even pulling the trigger on the Graveyard. I like this play by Carter here, just trying to set up at the bridge. Going to get some musky shots on tower, I believe. Yes, he will. So that's going to be a big chunk taken out on the right-hand side. Cycles the mini P.E.K.K.A into the opposite lane, so forcing some pressure. The Tombstone going to go that direction, and now we get a Graveyard. Poison in, bats behind. So no spell here. Baby Dragon has to help with those bats, but the first Flying Machine, no, but completely protected. So a solid Baby Dragon, and now it's Carter with a really good potential counter push coming in. He's about to hit 10. Decides not to go Golem high. Instead, Night Witch is low, which will also defend against the GY. Oh yeah, might go opposite lane, and yes, he does. Great play by Oh Yeah to go opposite lane. Force Elixir expenditure on that side. And he should still have plenty to defend on the right-hand side. That Night Witch not going to do a whole lot. Poison on defense this time, so here we go. This is going to be tough. How does he defend against this Flying Machine in the back? Baby Dragon will clean up any bats. There you go. The Muskie really, really low here defending against the Golem. Hopefully he can find a, for Oh Yeah, he can find a way to defend, get in front of it, and he does. And that Poison, though, will take the Musketeer off the board. This should be GG for Carter if he can keep the pressure on. But the Poison out of cycle now. Graveyard opposite direction. Snowball in for Oh Yeah. Skeletons all over this one. Arrows coming in as well. Oh Yeah's going to take this one. Oh yeah! We're going to a game 5. Let's go. A true blue BO5, folks. That's a fun one. That's pretty fun. How about it? How about it? I love that that lane switch by Oh Yeah, forcing an expenditure on that side, and then bam, back into the lane when he needed to get that damage done. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. Maddox, what happened to your... Oh, did Maddox stop subbing? Oh, no. Oh, well. Don't worry, guys. I'll be coming up with some cool stuff for subs pretty soon. What's your favorite card in Clash Royale? The Ice Golem is my favorite card in Clash Royale. Why can't King of the Hill be second round? It's the most entertaining matchup, but some games may make it to the third round. I like seeing the one. I like this format. I like King of the Hill being the last set. It's just they're trying to standardize it. Who are my top 2v2 picks? I need to look. I need to think about that for a little bit. Hold on. Let's go ahead and jump into our last game. By the way, guys, I haven't promoted a whole lot, but there's the link on YouTube. There's a link on YouTube for the open tournament that'll happen right after this. The details are on the right-hand side of your screen. $100 open. Anybody can participate. I need to change that thing that says Mad Cat because it's not a Mad Cat anymore. It's on Trovo now, which is the same thing with a different name. Reach, Mashlamech. Hey. Or is that? Yeah, Mashlamech with that, right? Manishma. Beseder Aviad. Yeah, I saw the Hebrew beforehand, brother. Just, I wasn't catching up to it. But good to see you, Aviad. Expo Master is your daddy? Well done, Filet. King of the Hill being last set makes it a bit hard to choose a team. Yeah, but I like King of the Hill being the last set, and it should be a little bit hard. Do I believe Misfits is underrated with Wings? Wings had a great performance. We'll see if he continues it. But I do think that Misfits is overall underrated. And I think that a big one is people don't mess with Razor the way they should. But Wings had a, look, to be real, Wings had a bad season in the fall. If he's back in form, though, and if Wings, Razor, and Air Surfer are all in form, and Dip and Razor are playing good 2v2, Misfits could mess people up. And we already saw that. How am I doing, Ass Extinction, on Trovo? I'm doing great. Did I do my trading yet? Nope, I have not. אני יודע עברית. קצת, לא זכרתי כל העברית שלמדתי. אהבה מישראל? כן. Why can't I do Fantasy Royale on 2 accounts TRL? I don't actually know. My face cam isn't on right now, Officer Kamal. My face cam isn't usually on during gameplay. Thanks, Luis. Luis? Yeah, I don't know why they rebanded the Trovo, but they did. Carter going Golem again. It blocked him on the same device. Interesting. This is a big push, and oh yeah, super low on Elixir and a second flying machine down. That's got to be it. That's going to be tower down. So the question is the tower trade situation? Tower's going to go down. Interesting to see Carter going with the Tombstone with Bomb Tower not being in. Poison can come down, so he has to poison that, but he's going to be way behind on Elixir as those flying machines. Look at the bat tanking for the flying machines. That is brutal for Oh Yeah. That little tiny bat tanking for the flying machines. Oh Yeah, in a lot of trouble. He has to basically sell out on the right-hand side and do everything he can to stop Carter from spending on the left. He has to go crazy on this right-hand side and do the best that he can. I don't know how he comes back from this, though. Poison in, Fly Machine in the pocket, and that's going to get enough shots, I believe. Does the Heal Spirit finish it? The Heal Spirit kill, bro! The Heal Spirit kill. What? What? The Heal Spirit kill? That's crazy. That's crazy. The Heal Spirit kill. Wow. Wow. That's fun. Yeah, Heal Spirit. Not even Ice Spirit kill. A Heal Spirit kill. Dude. Guys, what did you think of this with... I'm curious. Maybe I can get Carter on... once we start the second phase of this, maybe I can get Carter on... or Oh Yeah, if either ones of you guys are available. I want to hear your thoughts on the way that the double ban system played. And your guys' view. How come you know so much Hebrew? You seem better than me, and I've learned Hebrew, but I never got a hand of it. Louis. Because I went to Jewish day school as a kid and have Israeli friends and have known Israelis my whole life. There you go. Guys, here you go. This coming up next is the $100 open. It's every single week. I'm going to put up the password and name of this on the Trovo side. What arena are you in? I'm in League 2. I don't know what arena it is. I just know that now that the season reset, I'm in the mid 5Ks. I'm going to try to push 6.3 again this season. Rich, please make top 3 CRL West versus East like WCG after CRL West ends. 11, maybe. I'll try to figure something out. I'll try to figure something out. But coming up right after this, coming up right now, in fact, go over to Trovo. You can compete for $100. $100. Yeah, Kamal, I turned my face cam off. What are you? You just want to see my face, huh? Go to Trovo right now. $100 open. Anyone can play. The name and password will be up on the stream. It's every single Wednesday, and we're going to be adding more days. Ooh, we're going to be adding more days. You darn right we are. This month of June, it's going to be huge. So tons of opportunities for you guys to win cash playing Clash Royale. Lots of different stuff. Oh yeah, misclicked the firecracker on defense, he says. Interesting. And let me know your feelings about this ban system. I'm going to be experimenting with different bans week by week. This was 2 bans each, 1 troop, 1 spell, or 1 spell or building. Next week I might do the draft ban system. So we'll try different things, but I think it's interesting and compelling. We didn't get to dig into it as much today because of all the other stuff that was happening and the stuff that we're talking about, the very important things, like, for example, supporting the fight for civil liberties, for protecting your constitutional rights. I've already donated $100 to the ACLU. Donated that yesterday. You can go ahead and donate too. Also, if you want to affect change, vote, and especially in local elections. In local elections, you vote for the sheriff often, for judges, for the district attorneys. You vote for essentially the entire criminal justice system, the people who are in charge of it. Vote in local elections, and here is the link to find out how to register to vote no matter what state you're in. The first step is to register to vote. So go ahead and do that. I'm going to be doing a stream that's more about registering people to vote in the future. And if you guys are interested in learning more, especially about ending qualified immunity, go ahead and join me on Trovo. I'll be talking about that lately. And of course, you can go find your representatives in the House and hit them up and say you want to end qualified immunity. These are all very important things. That's going to be it for the YouTube side, guys. If you're joining on YouTube, thanks for joining. If you want to continue and play in the tournament, there's a link for you one more time. It's been fun to have you guys here, and whoever you are, no matter what you're doing, stay safe, stay humble, and treat others with the love and respect that you'd hope that they would treat your grandmother with. You know what I'm saying? Treat others with love and respect, even if they're not showing that same thing to you. That's the best way to make the world a better place. YouTube, peace out. I'm going to go ahead and kill that stream. We're heading over to Trovo exclusive. Peace, YT.